Alright, boom gang, whole lot of gang shit, bros. I'm here. I got a Smogon Tour, playoffs, quarterfinals round 2, because you guys know I won round 1 from my previous video. So I'm here playing my buddy ABR. So I'll give you a little, I'll give you the lowdown, bro, the backstory on this set. So ABR is one of my best Pokemon buddies. I know I've played so many games with this man. I've prepared for so many tournaments with this man. I just know everything about this dude in Pokemon, like for real. So in Smogon Tour, when the seeding was happening on the last day of the tournament, so on the last day of the regular season, when you determine your seed by how many points you have, I signed up to play that weekend, and I ended up winning the last tournament, and I just rose on the rankings because I was a low seed, and then I rose up to 5th seed just so I could snipe this man and play him round 2. I just chased after him. So but he's one of my dogs. He's phenomenal at the game, one of my best buds. He's been on my channel before, and yep, this is the top 8 round 2 match. So he was the higher seed, actually. He was seed 4 and I was seed 5. I've played him many times before in the past. I played 2 games versus him in SPL 7 where we broke even 1-1. I then played him in some unofficials and some other things, but I'm comfortable playing against him because I played him so many times. So I was looking forward to this set. I wasn't sure what to use versus him, but I mean, that'll be a discussion later on. So let's just hop into the first game, which was black and white. I know you see this preview. I know this shit is looking mad threatening, bro. First of all, please notice the similarities between the teams. My man is running 3 dragons. I'm running 3 dragons. I got 2 steals on deck. My man has 2 steals on deck. I have a water psychic. He has a water psychic. It's just crazy. Like, the teams are so similar. It's hilarious. Weatherless dragon spam. Like, it's so funny, dude. But anyway, I'm using a team that a user named CL made a while ago, and I saw this team in a replay, and I was like, wow, this team looks amazing. Like, it's just so powerful. And ABR really likes throwing bulkier teams most of the time, so I was very surprised when I saw this team. But I picked the team I did because I was like, man, he loves fat shit. Like, this team, I have a Life Orb Hydreigon, offensive Lottie, SD Chomper. Like, they should be able to break all the fat stuff he wants to run. So he surprised me a little bit by running such a more offensive looking team. His team, breaking it down, it's Choice Banded Kyurem, Dragon Gem Swords Dance Chomp, I think, Stealth Rock Spadef Heatran, regular defensive Slowking, Swords Dance Excadrill, and Scarf Latios. My team, like I said, first of all, my team's trash. It has no Scarfer. Well, I mean, it's trash in the sense because like it has no Scarfer, so you're weak to like Volcarona and stuff. But I just figured he wasn't gonna risk Mons like that, and that's the thing about tournament. You don't need your team to win every game, all right? You just need it to win that one game. So that's why I was confident bringing this team. But anyway, looking at the lead matchup, I was like, all right, I need to channel my inner CTC, and I need to become the lead GOAT. So I was looking at the matchup, I was like, all right, he's going to lead off with something that can lead off well versus Garchomp, because I saw just how well Garchomp looked versus his team. So I saw that Garchomp and Starmie, they look pretty decent versus his team. So I was thinking, I was like, okay, he's probably not going to lead off with Kyurem Black, right? Because if I lead off with my Specs Lottie or something like that, if I lead off with a Dragon, first of all, he's not going to lead off with something that's bad versus the Dragon. So I figured, okay, he's probably going to lead off with his own Latios, because at the end of the day, that's the safest bet. It scares out my Hydreigon. If my Garchomp is Scarfed, he can pivot into Slowking first turn just to see. And so I was thinking, I'm going to lead off with Scizor, because I'm very certain he's going to lead off with Latios. So I lead off with my Scizor. It's named Burr. All right, because I was listening to some of that Gucci Burr. All right, I was listening to Gucci Mane, and he's always saying Burr, so I had to pay homage. And he does lead off with Latios. Now I thought about this play for a few seconds, and I was like, you know what, this is not HP Fire. I look at his team, and I was like, man, like it's just likely it's not HP Fire. That's what I thought. Like, I don't know how to explain it. He had a Heatran, so I figured he didn't need something like so like important to learn Ferrothorns and Scizors and stuff. So I figured, fuck it, I'm gonna just go for Pursuit. As he switches out turn 1, and I killed a Latios, and I was like, phenomenal. Like, turn 1, I'm able to get my kill right there with a trap, and it was fantastic. I switch out of here, and I go into my Starmie turn 2 as he brings in his Heatran to put those rocks up. My name is Woozy, alright, because my Starmie is Woozy, bro. He can't even see straight. He'd be spinning, bro. He's spinning on the road. But I go for the Hydro Pump turn 1 as he scouts to protect. I then spin on the switch to Slowking, which is great. These rocks are off the field, and I was like, all right, looking good. Slowking, I wasn't really sure what his set would be, but Scald Burns are always annoying. I go for a T-Bolt. It does a pretty decent amount, considering how bulky Slowking is. He just fishes with the Scald. Luckily, no burn. Now here, I went for an Ice Beam because I thought that he might just go crazy and go into Kyurem or Garchomp, and I wanted to get some chip. But he actually just stays in with the Slowking, which is a good play on his part. I guess he expected me to overpredict, and he's able to slack it all off. And I'm like, all right, damn, I sort of misplayed, I guess. But here I'm going to switch out into my Hydreigon, because I was like, all right, well, I don't want to stay in now because he can slack off stall me as he goes into his Heatran. I guess predicting another T-Bolt to get some Life Orb damage, or maybe just my Hydreigon. I go for Life Orb Superpower. It does jack shit. It is 50%, man. Superpower is a strong move. Like, what? He puts his rocks up. Here, I go for Superpower, and I actually crit it. I didn't even know I crit it until I looked back. Like, I just forgot I crit it until I looked back at the replays, like, a few hours after we played. And so I crit the trend and I knock it out. So my luck from the first series I played is just passing over, bro. I killed the Heatran and I was like, excellent. It's looking great. Now he goes into Garchomp. He goes for Outrage, which is actually strengthened by Dragon Gem. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is not even a Scarf Chomp, which means the Lottie was Scarf, or the Drill was Scarf. That's what I was thinking at this time. But all I saw was that this man just locked himself in. So I go for the Ice Beam here and I knocked that Chomp out. I was like, fantastic. I actually changed my Garchomp from Outrage to Dragon Claw right before this game because I was like, man, Outrage sucks. You go for Outrage, you get one kill, and that's Latios or whatever revenge kills you. I hate Outrage. But he does turn out to be Outrage, which, I mean, Outrage is better for him because he has Dragon Gem, so at +2 you can OHKO like hippos, and you can do like ungodly damage to stuff like Skarmory, because gems in Gen 5, for those of you who don't know, that's a 1.5 times boost. It's not 1.3, it's 1.5, so it's basically like a choice band applied to your move for like one turn, which is amazing when you like SD or something like that, and your move is just so like powerful. But he goes into Kyurem here. I knew this is just gonna be banded, so I just spin, get those rocks out of there. I don't need Star him anymore. As yeah, he just Dragon Claws knocked me out. And I was like, all right, I'm looking good. Garchomp's looking good. Everything's looking great. I go into my Scizor and I just go for the U-turn here as he stays in the Dragon Claw, knowing that I'm more than likely not going to Bullet Punch. But all I wanted was damage to put this thing in Dragon Claw range. Go for the U-turn, do 44. I'm in here now. I just go for the Dragon Claw on the switch to Slowking. Now here I knew for a fact Slowking's not going to be Ice Beam. First of all, Slowking's not a good Dragon counter. And second off, Ice Beam is never like on Slowkings. So I just go for the SD as he goes for the Flamethrower, which more than likely he went for predicting me to go into Scizor or Ferrothorn, so he could get some kind of initiative straight off the bat. He goes into Drill here as I go for the Earthquake to knock him out, but like I said, the Drill is actually not Scarf, which means the Latios was Scarf turn 1, and I killed that thing. So now I'm just gonna go for Fire Fang. I'm gonna knock that Drill out the park, and at this point the game is over. He goes into Kyurem Black. I'm just gonna make the ground shake like Tyranitar, bro, and Kyurem's dead, and I was like, excellent, dude. I won. Like I was like, nice. This Black Boy, I really put on. I was like happy with how I played this because I feel like turn 1 was like the most important. I was just really happy the lead worked out like that well. He burns me with Scald, but I have the Lumberry, so don't even worry. And yeah, I was very happy with how this game ended up. I was like, damn, I played this well. Everything that I wanted to happen basically happened. I was like, great. So let's hop into Gen 7. Now this game, okay, so I made this team like a couple hours before I played him. This team is fucking terrible. It's probably the worst team in Sun Moon history. I built this shit just to like surprise him because it just has a bunch of dumb sets that make no I don't really know how to explain it, dude. This team is just bad. I had other teams planned that would have been so much better versus him, but they were standard, and I was afraid of getting counter teamed. Because ABR loves running the fat stuff in Gen 7. He loves it, and as you can see on the field right here, he has a bunch of fat guys. Everything's fat. Like I was like, oh my god, dude. I was like, no. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna run a bunch of mons that can break, and I was like, let's do it. Like, so I have offensive Coco. I have Life Orb Landers too with HP Ice. This was like what I thought at the time was like my insane genius that I would snipe a Landers T turn 1 with Life Orb HP Ice and kill it. I'm max special attack too. Let me tell you right now, HP Ice to max HP Landers T. It's a roll, and it's not even in your favor. It's like 50-50. So max special attack, Life Orb, HP Ice can't even kill your Landers T's. Again, I don't know what I was on when I was making this team. I must have been on some crazy shit, bro. Scizor is SD 3 attack, superpower, max attack in a metagame with Toxapex. Again, don't even ask me what I was on, bro. Rotom, I just threw that bitch on because I was afraid of Keldeo and stuff like that. Magearna, I just put him on because I thought he was going to bring a Toxapex, and I wanted to use Electrium Z Thunderbolt to bait that thing in sweep. On top of that, offensive Magearna hasn't been used by me in a very long time, so I figured it'd be a good pick. And then Scarf Bulu, which was there just because I was afraid of Cocos. So this team, yeah, it's just trash. His team is, very solid, as you can see. It's just classic good fat mons that good synergy. So with that, let's hop right into it. So I lead off with my Landers T, so he leads off with his Landers T. I was like, man, he's putting those rocks up. Let me HP Ice turn 1. Didn't give the Scarf any credit whatsoever. I gave no credit to the Scarf, bro. Like, I go for HP Ice. I do 15% to the Ferrothorn, and I take damage. I was like, wow, I'm doing big right now. I put my rocks up here. He puts up a Spike, and I was like, all right, let's think this through. I switch out of here, and who do I go into? I'll go into Scizor because I was like, all right, I'm SD. and all that good stuff. Puts up a spike. Now here I thought about going for hard superpower, but I thought he might go into his pecs. He goes right into Tran as I SD. Now, if this Tran was leftovers, I would have stayed in here to superpower and knock this thing out 100% of the time. But because it wasn't leftovers, I was like, oh no, what if it's Scarf? He's just going to go for the fire move and lava plume fish for the burn on my Rotom. I can't risk that, so I go to my Rotom. As he actually puts up the rocks, which means he's probably Z-move Stealth Rock, so I was like, oh god damn it. Like, it's like, oh, I could have killed the Tran right there. But it was a play I couldn't risk at the time, because if he was Scarf, you know, I would have lost my Scizor, and I do need my Scizor. So I go to my Tapu Koko here. As he brings in Clef, I go for the HP Fire, expecting him to Scout with Ferrothorn over his Landorus T. Yeah, I go for the HP Fire. So I do 21 to Landorus T. Now here I know for a fact that he's gonna go for the U-turn. Just more than likely gonna go for the U-turn than the Earthquake, so I feel comfortable staying in. I don't go for HP Fire again, I actually go for T-Bolt. So I was like, damn, I'm bad, so whatever. What do I do here? Oh, I T-Bolt again in case he goes to Heat. Man, this game is embarrassing. As he whips me, just whips me, bro. And I was like, damn it. So now I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna dazzle him here, expecting the Landorus T to come in. Your boy just dies. I was like, man, I had HP Fire. I didn't even kill anything with this thing. This thing did combined damage like 60%. And I was like, all right, this game is done. Like, I was like, all right, I've lost the shit. Like, I just played so badly. So he brings in Ferrothorn. I bring in Landorus T. I go for the Earthquake as he goes into Landorus T. I was like, no, dude, why'd you go into Landorus T? Well, I should have just HP Iced. But I thought he might Scout, because if he calced it, he'd know I'm max special attack Life Orb, so it's still pretty weak. I'm going to Rotom Wash here as he goes to the U-turn. I can't stay in, just because I know he's going for U-turn, but because he made me -1, he's just going to U-turn into Clef. I'm going to take more Life Orb damage, and Earthquake is going to do nothing to Clef, because again, I'm -1, so, you know, it's not a favorable situation, no matter which way you cut it. I'm going to Volt Switch out here and bring back in my Scizor. So here I'm like, all right, well, let's do or die. I'm just gonna go for the superpower and pray he goes into Heatran, because again, no Scizor runs superpower, so I knew he would think Heatran all the time is safe on my Scizor. So yeah, he goes into my Heatran here. He goes into his Heatran here. I just go for the dry superpower, knock that thing out, and you know, that's nice, I guess. Kill that thing. So that's 1 mon down. I was like, so the whole time I was thinking, okay, I have to just try and pull some magic with Magearna. He goes into Landorus T here. I know he's just gonna U-turn, so I just go for the SD, just to show him, you know, man, like I'm chilling. Like, I needed to show him, like, you know, I'm still here, bro. Like, I know what's good. SD, and I go back to neutral attack, and then I switch the hell out because Toxapex walls the ever-loving shit out of Scizor. Like, what? I go into Rotom. He lays up a T-Spike, and I'm like, alright, bro, like, this man has just everything on this team is getting murked by look at the hatchers on my side, bro. I brought no defog versus a man who always uses fat. I was like, what am I doing? But in comes Ferrothorn as I now go into Landorus T. And I was like, alright, let me get some chip off on him. I probably should have just gone for Explosion here. I have Explosion on this Landorus too. Again, don't even ask me why I have these moves I have. It's just, this team was the stroke of genius. Let's call it genius, bro. It was this, no words, bro. So I go for Earthquake on the switch to this Landorus T. Again, I have to switch out because he can just U-turn into his Clef. And I was like, man, what am I doing? He U-turns again. Now this is funny. This is the next 2 turns you guys are like, this is silly. So he goes into Magearna. And I'm like, okay, this is probably offensive Magearna. It's probably just gonna kill me. Whatever. Flare Cannon kills me off, and I'm like, alright, I'm dead. So I go back into my Landorus T because I'm like, alright, this is the only thing I have that can really scare this thing out. So I'm like, so I believe I clicked HP Ice here. But he Flare Cannons again, and he Scarf. That's why he outsped me. And when I saw this, I was like, are you kidding me, dude? And like, we were like joking around about it during the battle, and I was like, damn, it worked out. So here, it's the last ditch effort. I go into my Shift Gear Magearna. So I go for the Shift Gear as he brings in the Toxapex, and I was like, alright, bet. I go for T-Boy here. It does 47 or 45, my bad, because I'm modest, as he's gonna haze it off, and I'm basically just put in a situation where I have to shift again. As he actually switches out into Ferrothorn. Now, yeah, this is kind of a misplay on his part, because he could have just spammed Haze and then gone into Landorus T and cleaned up, but I guess Landorus T was weakened. Maybe he didn't want to do that immediately. But he goes back into Toxapex as I go for the Focus Blast. I was fairly sure he was going to go back into his Pex to Scout, not to give me the, what's the word? This, what's the ability? Soul Heart boost. But if I go for T-Bolt on the Ferrothorn and he hits Leech Seed, I lose instantly because he's gonna just, you know, leech seed stall me until I die. Like, I lose 100% if he gets leech seed off. So even if I know he's going to Toxic Specs, I can't make a play because of that. I have to go for the obvious play. I don't go for my Z T-Bolt here because I didn't think he, I think he was scouting for Z T-Bolt when he went to Fair Zone the first time, but I thought he'd scout again, which is why I went for T-Bolt regular here. So, you know, he got me there. I believe here I go for another T-Bolt. Because I don't think Z killed at that range. As I paralyze him, I was like, oh damn, I'm getting lucky. Like, this is how Magirna is gonna break through. This in my head I was like, all right, so this is how I'm gonna win. As he gets parried, so I was like, oh shit. Now I realized something. My Magirna is modest, which means at +2 I'm slower than Scarflander's T. So I shift gear again here because I'm like, well, I have to be fast enough to kill Landers if I want to, like, you know, pull off this impossible sweep. I T-bolt again, and he hits, and he gets parried again, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so just stupidly lucky. And now here, I'm gonna drop that Thumpin' Up, bro, and I'm gonna drop the Z T-bolt and knock him out. So at that point, you know, like, he hadn't scouted for it enough to where I was like, you know what, this is my chance. And I kill him off, and I was like, well, shit, like, nice. He goes into Clef here. I'm Flare Cannon, Focus Blast, T-bolt, so I just go for T-bolt here first just to scout what he wants to do. Just doing a decent amount because I'm modest, but ultimately it looks like I'm going to have to Flare Cannon to knock him out. I keep going for T-bolts here just to see what he wants to do. Again, he keeps soft boiling. The plan was just to T-bolt and then kill him with Flare Cannon after he Calm Minds or attacks or whatever. I crit him though on the one right T-bolt, and now I don't even have to Flare Cannon to drop my special attack. Dude, my luck in this tournament. Last round, this game, oh my god. He goes into Ferrothorn here. I go for T-bolt, it does like 18%, and now I have to hit a Focus Blast. I have to hit a 70% move. I have to hit the worst move in the game, bro. My shit doesn't think twice, it just kills instantly. And now I have to hit a Flare Cannon versus Landers T to win. And I mean, bro, you saw my luck thus far. You know it's gonna hit, and it does. Like, this was the biggest robbery of my career by far. This is the biggest robbery of my career. Oh my god. I felt so awful after this because this is like one of my best Pokemon friends, and like, you know, it's like a big stage tournament. Oh, but man, you gotta take it. You gotta take it where you can get it, right? So yeah, I hacks the absolute shit out of this man. I crit that one too, and then he's gonna go in his Clef, and I'm gonna crit this one for good measure as well. So, you know, last series, this series, bros, I'm getting that trophy. I just been hacking left and right. God only smiles at you once, and I guess in this case twice because he let me hacks 2 series now. Well, I won the first game in this series legit, and last series, no, I didn't rob a 1 game. Like this, I robbed a 1 game. Like, he had this game locked up and I robbed it out of his hands. The games before then, I just got lucky in the series before, but I didn't my opponent Poe just didn't have it like locked down and I stole it. Like, it wasn't like that, you know what I mean? But either way, you know, I'll be the first to say I got lucky as shit. But you know, I'm happy. I'm on to the semifinals, final 4. So 4 more games between me and the trophy. I'm gonna lock it up, bros. Don't even worry. Hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Later, I'm out.